Hello everyone. It's Melissa Daggett here, and I'm out at Edgewater Park, Edgewater Lakefront. It's kind of a windy day, but it's sunny and it's gorgeous, and I just needed to get some fresh air, so I wanted to shoot outside today. If the wind will let me, it's a tad windy. Anyway, welcome. If you're on YouTube, welcome to my channel. We have a new channel, Three-Way Fit. Marty Velasco and I, my partner, we're doing Get Fit in Your Finances, your health, your relationships. And so today's topic is going to be on relationships. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click a like button if you like this video. Click subscribe if you want to subscribe to our channel. The bell if you want to get future notifications for more videos. If you're on Facebook, just enjoy this. But today I want to talk about something that is in the relationship category, and it's something that not everybody is talking about. And that is how child-centered parenting or focusing too much on your business baby can be hurting your primary relationship, and what the kids are saying they really want and what both spouses are saying they really want. So this could be a little controversial, but I always like to challenge the status quo, and I've been studying relationships. I'm a certified life coach. I've been studying relationships the past 3 or 4 years and what makes great relationships, and also what the common problems are. The top 3 problems across the board, or reasons why couples break up or get divorced, is usually financial difficulties or problems or disagreements. So 1 is finances, number 2, not in any particular order by the way, number 2 is infidelity, and number 3 is lack of good communication. So the video today is more focused on the lack of good communication, lack of good conflict resolution. Because a lot of times you'll marry your opposite, or your significant other is your opposite in terms of personality and also communication styles. And so this is why this is a big problem for a lot of people, is learning how to communicate. And also we need to learn what to communicate, because some people are better communicators than others. But all of us need help in this area usually, and all of us could improve in this area. So today I want to take a tough subject, which when I was interviewing a lot of divorcees especially, and they were getting in their new relationships, it's like, how do you handle it when they have kids from a previous marriage or a previous relationship? How do you handle the relationship? How do you handle that discussion? And I'm not going to get into all the ins and outs, but I'm going to give you some basic principles on how you need to communicate about that. And then even when it's not divorcees, even when it's married couples, I hear a lot of spouses, I don't want to stereotype too much, but I hear a lot of the men saying, as soon as the kids were born, I just felt neglected. And there's different parenting styles, and I'm not here to tell you which style to have or what your values should be, but I am going to talk a little bit about why I think that's happening based on the research I did and the people I talked to, and then how we can get more balance and how we can really take care of our relationships, because the whole point of this video is taking care of your primary relationship and making sure you have a great relationship with your significant other, with that person you love and you say you love. And I'm just going to let the women off the hook a little bit here, because they're the ones that tend to be more, I guess, once the kids come along, they just pour their whole life into it. Nothing wrong with that, as long as it's not out of balance and you aren't neglecting your spouse. But I'm going to let them off the hook a little bit too, because what I'm hearing from some of the women is that the men are neglecting the relationship too, because they're married to their work. Their work and their business is their mistress, and they aren't investing. So I've got a little challenge question for you, and this is my main commercial that I do all the time, and that is, why do people spend so much time and money planning the wedding that lasts a day, but they don't invest in the relationship? Once they get the relationship, they just hope it'll work out. And this is what I hear people saying, well, hope it works out, I just hope it does, And sometimes that's, they want to blame that they didn't pick the right person, and sometimes that's the case. But very often it's just that you didn't water it, you didn't invest in it. So would you expect your business to grow? Would you expect your business to succeed if you didn't have a plan, if you didn't invest in it, if you just hoped it worked out? Same thing with your kids. We invest in our businesses, we invest in our kids, activities galore. So this is where, you want your kids to succeed, and that's good. You want to give them all the tools they need to succeed. Would you expect that to happen if you just neglected them and didn't invest into it? So why do we neglect the relationship that we say is most important to us? And maybe if you're not doing that, great, good for you. But I'm telling you, over 50% of relationships, not just marriage is not the problem, it's the way we're handling the relationships, because over 50% of relationships are failing. 60% is closer to the number, and I believe it's because we are not investing in it like we are the other aspects of our life. We just take them for granted. We just hope they'll work out. Yes, we need chemistry, yes, we need connection, and I even think we need a common purpose, and we need to be building something with our significant other. We need to be building a life that says, I'm going to invest in you and you're a priority every single day. We need to learn what their love languages are. We need to put our investment where we say our values are. So if you really want a great relationship, stop complaining about having a bad relationship until you can tell me that you truly are investing in it as much as you invest in the other aspects of your life. So I'm going to be a little bit hard on you here today because I am a lover of great relationships, and I was married for 21 years, lost my husband overnight, suddenly, without warning, and had to rebuild my life. And I had to think about all the things I wanted to do better, all the things I could have done better, because I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye or to say I'm sorry. And so I spent a lot of time the last 4 years just alone and journaling and learning what makes great relationships and learning what makes relationships fail. So here's the thing. Let's start with the child-centered parenting, and then we'll talk about, the businesses. Let's say you have kids, and great, you love your kids, you pour into them, but guess what the kids are saying? They don't like that helicopter parenting where you make it all about them. And the kids, we're complaining as adults saying, oh my God, kids are so entitled nowadays. They expect, they're so entitled, they think the world revolves around them. Well, where did they learn this? If you revolve your whole world around them, whose fault is that? That they're learning this, they're being taught this message. I'm not going to say everybody, but to a large extent, this is what's happening. And so you're out of balance. It's okay that you love your kids and want to invest, but man, your whole life should not, your spouse or your significant other, that's your primary relationship. Because guess what? The kids are going to grow up and get a primary relationship. You're not going to be the primary relationship. So love your kids, invest in them, but invest in them together and let them see a happy, loving relationship, because that's what the kids are saying they want. They want to see mom and dad or significant others or whoever it is that's in your life loving each other and having a happy life. So this isn't about a guilt trip if you're divorced, by the way, because very often, you're in a toxic relationship and divorces happen. I'm not talking about that. If you are divorced, as much as possible, try to have a peaceful relationship with the ex in front of your kids and let them see a happy, healthy relationship, even if you're not together. But I'm talking about your new relationship. The second relationships fail even more than the first ones. And why is that? Because I hear from a lot of these divorcees that they're putting their kids first. It's your choice if you want to do that or not, but I think that is going to set up the new relationship for failure. Yes, your kids should be very important, but you need to talk. This is where communication comes in. You need to talk and come to an agreement. How much time I'm going to spend with my kids, how much time I'm going to spend with this significant other. I'm talking when you're in a new committed relationship. How am I going to invest in that? This is our date night. Same thing when you're married. This is our date night, kid. This is mom and dad's night. Make them feel special. Don't neglect them. You got to water it or it's doomed for failure. You should expect it to fail if you're not planning. So I'm the relationship planner. I know there's lots of wedding planners. I'm the relationship planner. You have to have a plan for your relationship to succeed, and you have to be very intentional about investing in it, investing in that relationship. And then you're going to enjoy it more because you're going to get out of relationships what you put into it. So if you're not enjoying it, I would ask you, what are you putting into it? So now let's talk about the men maybe, because sometimes the women wrap their lives around their kids because the man, he got her, got the ring on her, got her, and she's the great wife, taking care of things at home. And he's just like into his business and just neglecting her, not taking her out on dates anymore, no more romance. And so no wonder she's just trying to hold it together, and she wants you to not be married to the business. And if you do a business together, that could be a good thing, or at least if you're doing a project together or something you're building together, that could be good. But if you're not, you have to be very intentional about when to hang up your business and when you come home to be present and to make sure that you are still romancing her and still making her feel beautiful. This is a two-way street, okay? So very often you're complaining that she's just all about the kids and she's not into you anymore, but are you truly making an effort to be that chivalrous guy still? And I realize it can't be that way all the time. I mean, life happens. But honestly, you can reinvent your relationship all the time, because I love what Matthew Hussey said. One of two things happen. We either get bored with the relationship and we keep going to a new relationship because we need a new relationship, or we take the one we have and we make it new all the time. We let it go through different seasons and we keep recreating that relationship so that we can learn to see the relationship with new eyes. We can learn to see the person with new eyes all the time, because the truth is, we are so multidimensional, all of us, if we'll just tap into that. If you're bored with your relationship, then you're bored with yourself, and you need to work on making yourself more interesting. You need to work on self-growth and all of that. So work on yourself first and love yourself so you have something to bring to the relationship. But make sure you bring it to the relationship, not to everybody else. Okay, let's stop taking each other for granted. If the coronavirus has taught us anything, I hope it's taught us to slow down, to look around us at the people that are right in front of us, because that's what death taught me. Losing someone overnight taught me to pay attention to what's right in front of me, to stop always living out in the future, to stop living in the past and the future, but to live right here, right now, and to realize this is the moment I have, and this is the moment I have to make count. And now I have to say I'm doing that. I'm living every day with passion and intention as if it's the only day I had left. So you build as if you're going to live forever, but you live as if there's no tomorrow. And you enjoy every single day. And you tell the people you love that are right in front of you that you love them every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have a great weekend. All right, and I hope this has helped. Leave comments below if you have any topics you want to see on future. This will be a bonus video, by the way. I have a whole course on toxic relationships. This will be a bonus video. That course is online at melissadaggett.com. And if you haven't heard about our app yet, Three-Way Fit, get fit in your finances, your fitness, your relationships, look for that. It's coming soon, in May actually. Okay, love you guys. Have a great weekend.